But now it's time to get into this match. Rebel Stokes versus #Harry. Mark Hatcher, Dan Gaskin. What's up, guys?
Good morning, Jimmy. Very excited. We've already seen some fantastic games. A little bit of an upset with Nicholas obviously falling out of the tournament. But now it's time for the Xbox players to turn up.
And Dan, what do you guys, prediction-wise, what are you thinking?
It's tough with two UK players that I'm big fans of. I feel like this is Stokes' tournament, to be honest. He's been very impressive. He looked great in Swiss, but it's hard to go against Harry as well. So I'll go with Stokes, but I don't like saying it.
All right, Dan. Well, I wish you the best with that prediction.
Thank you very much. And you can probably see mine right now. #Harry is going to be my pick. And you can see we're already underway now in our Xbox quarterfinals. As we said, the PlayStation quarterfinals threw up some surprises. Let's see if the Xbox can do the same.
Two players who are starting to creep up the Global Series rankings. As Brandon mentioned on the desk, a big result in the LQE last time we saw #Harry. And now he's already got himself out of the Swiss stage again, already got himself to another quarterfinal. So he's now starting to think about, well, I can start pushing towards that top 16, start pushing towards that eWorld Cup.
And already a very interesting tactical adjustment here. Coming in from, I believe, Rebel Stokes, moving Ruud Gullit into that left-back position, Dan. Something that I know will certainly put a smile on your face.
It does indeed. We often see those back post headers with Cristiano Ronaldo winning against Marcelo, and maybe Gullit can defend against those if that's going to be the game plan. Which, you know what? It's not a bad game plan indeed, although it does mean that Gullit won't be in the middle. And we know how dangerous Gullit can be going forward and both defensively.
Well, there's a corner here to Stokes. After the long shot coming in from Luka Modric, does look towards that back post, and from the rebound it'll fall to Ronaldo. But Rafael Varane helps out his goalkeeper, puts his head right in the way of that one and gets it away. And now #Harry has the first real chance in this game to come forward. Van Dijk trying to hold off the attentions of Cristiano Ronaldo, and just about manages to, as Ruud Gullit in that left-back position does win that header.
So one thing I found watching Harry in latest tournaments is when he goes behind a couple of goals, he starts to run out of ideas and he starts to try things that maybe he's not comfortable with trying. He doesn't get to play his own game. However, when he goes a goal up, when he's playing his own game, he plays some absolutely smashing FIFA.
Well, there might be a big chance here for Rebel Stokes, and the first chance of the game is buried by Neymar. That 5-star weak foot showing its importance once again, shifts it onto that left, drives it across the goalkeeper. And it is Stokes who takes the lead here.
But on the other side, we have Stokes, who has kind of gone under the radar a little bit with a lot of predictions and his tournament results. He currently resides in 13th in the Global Series rankings on Xbox. 1,505 points. He has been smashing it, and he has got some big results both in Swiss stages and in knockout stages. He's one of the few players who's been able to take down Tex twice in tournament play. Both times, yes, it's in Swiss, but he's done it again this tournament. He beat Tex 9-6. That is not an easy thing to do. He just needs to carry on his Swiss form into knockout stages, but at the moment, it looks like he's set to do that.
And that's something that a lot of players are still trying to find that formula for. We see a lot of players who go through Swiss and go through with that unbeaten record, really struggling to make it into the latter stages of a tournament, maybe a little bit of overconfidence from how they've played on day one. And we always say that Championship Sunday is where you need to play your best FIFA. That's where the best players in the tournament do reside and obviously fight it out for that championship. So as long as you can scrape through the Swiss stage, you can manage to find yourself into Championship Sunday. That's all you have to do. You just have to turn up right here, right now, when that trophy's on the line.
Also worth noting, Stokes is the top goal scorer on Xbox at the moment as well. That would be his 39th goal of the tournament. So we know he's going to be going forward. We know he's going to be attacking #Harry. But on the flip side, #Harry does have the most tackles won in the tournament as well. So he's going to be a player who's not going to allow Stokes to just kind of hold possession easily and dominate the game. Harry is definitely going to be pressing him.
So Marcelo going to be coming forward here, using that advanced fake shot to win the free kick in that full-back position. Plays it nice and short here to Rafael Varane. Ramos, though, comes in here for Stokes. And that's going to create the chance for the counter-attack. And interesting to see, actually, a 10-goal difference, I believe, as far as goals are scored between these two players, which across the amount of games they've played, Dan, is a huge difference.
Yeah, #Harry has conceded less than Rebel Stokes, however, but naturally sometimes when you do go heavily up on your opponent and you score 6, you score 7, sometimes you do take your foot off the pedal a little bit and you might concede 1 or 2 more than you might if you are focusing in a very tight game.
It looks like Ronaldo would just about reach this, and De Gea's in no man's land. Because R9 was throwing everything he had at that to try and make contact. Unfortunately for #Harry, the Brazilian wasn't able to quite stretch and find that extra little yard, but it was David De Gea who had to stretch there and find an extra yard to turn that one behind for a corner.
Harry making some good chances though, not quite time to perfection there, but there was a defender just on his shoulder, makes things a little bit difficult, but he does win the corner. Just needs to decide what he wants to do from it.
Takes it short, Marcelo with a nice fake shot, little scoop towards the back post. And again, De Gea has to be called into action here. It's been a good response here from #Harry as he lines a shot with Mbappe, but the timing is off. And that one will just float harmlessly out for a goal kick.
And we have seen those goals go in, those chances go in throughout the tournament, the time finesse from outside the box with prime icon moments, Ronaldo, with Team of the Year, Mbappe, but that just shows if you time it yellow, the difference between yellow and green now is quite substantial.
Well, there's a great opportunity here, but just a little bit too much on that pass. Allowed David De Gea to scuttle off his line and pick that one up. But Harry's responded really well, like I previously said. First goal did come in for Rebel Stokes in around the 12th minute. All the chances since then have gone to Harry, but here comes Stokes one more, and there's lots of space again for Neymar. But he just looked for one extra pass there, and that allowed Harry to nip back in with a tackle at the last moment.
Very important as well. When you see Marcelo coming across, you're just hoping that you can win that ball, because you know otherwise if Neymar gets a shot on goal, it's probably going to be a 2-goal lead for Stokes. And that's when Harry, in my opinion, will start to get uncomfortable in this game if he has a 2-goal deficit.
Well, R9's turning inside here. Hullet, great ball inside. Mbappe with the chance to equalise. But again, the finish isn't good enough there from #Harry. You can see a little bit of frustration maybe creeping in early on, but he needs to keep his head. Lots of time still to go in this game, and he's creating chances, Dan.
Yeah, I think as long as he's a goal behind, he's going to be absolutely fine. He doesn't need to get too concerned, doesn't get too frustrated. Just stay focused, accept that you are a goal down and maybe there was very little you could have done about it. I don't know, whatever way you want to make your mindset better, just make sure you're focusing on your own game rather than your opponent's.
Ramos gives the ball away there. And Stokes will spread the play out wide here to Mbappe, battling with Marcelo, and that's a battle I'm sure we'll be talking a lot about. That's Marcelo, not for the first time, actually wins the ball back in that full-back position, but then gives it away. A little mistake here from Harry, and he has to rely on Rafael Varane coming across and making a great standing tackle.
And Harry just turning back on himself, not wanting to sprint at defenders with the likes of Mbappe. Instead, he's looking for that extra man to play the passes, to get more comfortable passes. But unfortunately, that's playing into Stokes' hand and how Stokes wants to defend this game.
Well, here's Ronaldo then for Stokes, inside the box, stops up, scoop turn, back across goal. Marcelo again, doing some heroic work defensively. Here for #Harry, and it's been a game that really has been end-to-end so far in our first Xbox quarterfinal. But still just the 1 goal separating these two players.
Marcelo's showing his worth. Maybe back post headers he's not too great at, but he does have so much potential in terms of his sprint speed and getting to the ball and being able to just make those really important last-ditch tackles. So that's why he earns his place in so many teams here at the FUT Champions Cup.
Here comes Stokes then. 5 minutes or so before half-time in our first leg. Vieira is going to collect the ball in a dangerous position here, finds the ball, and Mbappe's in all kinds of space. And a simple finish for the Frenchman. It's going to double Rebel Stokes' lead here, 2-0 now to the Englishman.
And it's almost becoming a signature nod now for Rebel Stokes when we see him just tuck away a goal. It's like, yeah, I knew I was going to score that. Yeah, I know I deserve that. I've heard him scream across the hall of, I'm the best player in the world. He's confident, he's feeling it, and he needs to be. He needs to show what he's made of. Because against a player like Harry, you can't let Harry get in your head, because if Harry starts going ahead, you know he's going to be shouting across the room.
Well, Harry looking to retaliate here. Gets the ball up in the air, does strike it. And it will deflect away for a goal kick, unfortunately, for Harry. And it's kind of been a story of missed chances in this first half so far for #Harry. I'd say chances kind of been split evenly across the two players. It's just that finishing that's let Harry down.
Yeah, I'd say Stokes has got into better positions and been allowed to apply that low-driven shot. However, Harry has had chances that if there were maybe a player just a little bit closer, if he timed it green, he might have been able to get away with a goal here. But instead, he finds himself 2 goals down going into half-time, and maybe 3 if Stokes does something here.
Ronaldo then inside to Modric. Modric finds Mbappe. You can see Marcelo again has to make that tackle. And I think that will be the referee's whistle going here for half-time at the end of the first half of our first leg.
And whilst we are in half-time, I can update you with other quarterfinals. Of course, all the Xbox quarterfinals going on at the moment. Tex drawing 2-2 with Maciel. We have Joey versus Battlecat. Joey winning 2-0 in that game. And Rogue's MS Dasari is currently beating FaZe TaS 1-0 as well. So it's a very close game still. And I'll keep you updated as best as I can throughout the day.
Yeah, lots of goals flying in our Xbox quarterfinals here to kick off the Xbox side of the tournament today. Back to our feature game then. 2-0 here, to Rebel Stokes as we get underway in the second leg. Hashtag Harry with the restart. Ronaldo, a goal at the start of this half might be huge for Harry. Ramos though snaps in with the tackle.
Harry just hasn't been playing with the same confidence that I'm used to seeing him on the ball. He's been trying to play a passing game, which of course works, and Harry has so much tools in his arsenal. He can play a passing game, he can play a skill game if he wants. But when he's got the ball with the players like Mbappe, he's not running at Stokes. Instead, he's looking for that pass all the time. And maybe he just needs more confidence.
Well, here's Johan Cruyff then causing some problems here, and De Gea has to leap across his goal line to make that save. He collected it as well, and speaking of collections, the goal kick was happily collected there on the forehead of Cristiano Ronaldo. Harry coming forward once more, and Mbappe, let's go. Defender in the way though. But Harry getting that time on that shot. That's got to be a positive sign for him moving forward.
And I wonder if this Hullet being moved to left back for Stokes was a tactical plan just against hashtag Harry, knowing that if I do get a lead against Harry, are we going to see Harry just trying for back post headers, like we saw kind of in the semi-final at the LQE 2 weekends ago? When Harry does run out of ideas, he kind of reverts to what he knows works. I just want to see something a little bit different from Harry now, saying, actually, all right, well, you think you've sussed me out. You haven't. I also have this up my sleeve, because we know the potential that Harry has in FIFA, and we know the skills he has available to him. He's just got to be confident in his own ability that he can get it done.
So Harry comes forward again. Lax pass there, though, from Patrick Vieira. And there is space here for Johan Cruyff in that fullback position, but Neymar turns back inside for Rebel Stokes here. Great little through ball, almost split the defense open there, but Ramos had to step in and make that interception because there was plenty of space in behind. As we approach the hour mark now, the cricketer will find Mbappe in space here. Trying to find that ball inside, and I think much to what you were saying, Dan, maybe in some other games where he knows that Marcelo's at left back there, Harry might look for that back post cross.
It's almost like he just doesn't want to go for it now because he doesn't trust the fact that Ronaldo is going to beat Hullet in the air. Of course, Ronaldo can beat Hullet in the air, but it's a much bigger challenge than it would be if a player like Marcelo were there.
There it is, Hullet winning that header in the fullback position. That will start an attack here for Stokes. Neymar. And this advanced position goes out wide to Ronaldo, bursts past his man into the box. It's beautiful from Stokes, and he gets a little bit fortunate with the rebound. But from the play and the build-up to that goal, you can't say he didn't deserve that.
Yeah, you could argue that we wanted to see that goal almost go in off first time. He's rewarded with a rebound, and of course, you're going to feel hard done by if you're on the receiving end of it, but the play up to that point was phenomenal. The skill moves and being able to beat your defenders, and now Stokes has a 3-0 lead. He's starting to cruise towards the idea of a semi-final. He doesn't want to get ahead of himself. He knows there's always potential for a comeback no matter who you are playing, but at the moment, I would say Stokes has Harry's number. Harry needs to come out with something surprising.
Well, goal here might just reignite that fire under hashtag Harry. Mbappe stops up, cricketer inside, space here for Neymar. Vieira now getting into an advanced position. Maybe this is the chance, but he's denied by the upright. And Harry can't believe it. He did everything right in that situation.
And he was already going to feel hard done by after the rebound, but now things could go from bad to worse here.
Stokes plays the ball inside Vieira. Thankfully for Harry, gets back to make that tackle.
But that was the Harry that we're used to seeing, those quick passing moves, the skills, the confidence on the ball. He deserved a goal there. It should be 3-1, but unfortunately connects with everything except the back of the net.
Here's Ronaldo then for Harry. Hullet again showing his worth here in that left-back position. Ramos tries to come out to cut that pass, and he actually takes the player down. 20 minutes left to go in this game. And the question now is, can Harry find a goal in this last 20 minutes to just kind of marginalise that lead as we head towards our second leg? Or will it be Rebel Stokes really kind of putting this game out of commission here, bar a hashtag-esque comeback that we saw from Ryan?
You know there's going to be more chances for Stokes. You know that he's going to be punishing Harry on the counter-attack now. Harry just needs to make his chances count, and I know he was so close there to getting a goal back, which might have given him the confidence. However, hitting that post might have done exactly the opposite now. That might just be too much for him to overcome mentally. He might just be thinking, oh, if that had gone in, that was my chance. The game's against me, yada, yada, yada. Just needs to make sure he stays focused. Still plenty of time, and if he can play like he did in that run of play, he can get back into this game.
Well, Marcelo's galloping down the left-hand side now. Mbappe's going to pick the ball up as well, tries to find the ball in behind Paolo Maldini, but the Italian steps across and shows his strength to just brush the attacker off the ball. Hullet almost caught on the ball there by Ronaldo. Stokes gets a little bit lucky. You can see a little bit more frustration coming in from hashtag Harry. He's trying to increase the pressure here, but you can see that might leave some space in those fullback positions.
You can see for Harry as well.
So animated.
It's so animated, but he's taking his hands off the controller to react to things that are going on the pitch, and just those split-second decisions could hurt him in later scenarios. Okay, it's not going to matter when the ball's in the middle, but maybe if the ball were in the box.
Well, here's Cruyff then. Little step over, maybe a chance to strike this. The drag back leaves Varane. Hullet has to step in and tidy things up here for Harry. 10 minutes left to go in this game. R9 will collect the ball from Ramos. Mbappe just about manages to keep the ball in. R9 turns back inside. Criqueta. Can Pele beat Vieira to the ball? The long legs and the long strides of Vieira. Make sure he gets back to defend it well for Stokes. And now Rebel Stokes can come forward once more.
The speed of play for Harry has just been upped as well, and that's both frustration and just wanting to get back into this first leg as quick as possible to give himself as much time to get another goal in his first leg, but also to give him a good chance in leg number 2.
Well, look at the space here for Kylian Mbappe, and it's Virgil van Dijk who's kind of labouring to get after the Frenchman. Oh, and you just see Harry there trying to use a little skill move to beat his man, but Van Dijk did get back into position to close down that space, and that's left space for Mbappe now to attack for Stokes inside the box. Marcelo again making a good tackle though. And Harry might have the last attack of this game.
Harry's just looked so reluctant to cross that ball to the back post. Maybe Hullet at left back is something more people should be trying. Maybe it's just a mental thing for Harry. He needs to just say, actually, Ronaldo can still win those headers. Maybe I should go for at least one cross in this game.
The fourth official has indicated
into stoppage time then. Marcelo is absolutely floored. There's no other way to put it in that left back position there by Mbappe. Picks up a booking for his troubles.
We've already seen one free kick in this position for Harry, and it was somewhat wasted. He tried to play a long ball down the left, and it got intercepted very easily.
Oof.
Could go for a short ball and then try and think something in, or just try and go for a short ball and work your way into the box.
Will be taken short here, and Marcelo will pick the ball back up, and a wayward pass there from Harry. We'll get the ball back though. Marcelo's going to be in a foot race, but Mbappe's going to join in. Pele has space now. Can Harry find a goal towards the end of this game? Maldini sticks to his man like glue. And after the first leg here of our Xbox quarterfinals, the man on your screen has a 3-goal advantage.
He has a 3-goal advantage, and I feel like a little bit of a mental advantage at the moment as well. The Hullet at left back does seem to be very much working. It's changed Harry's play. He's not going for crosses in some areas. But he could have had a goal. He could have had 2 goals. And I think if Harry just focuses on those positives, he says, all right, look, I have had those chances. If I take those chances in the second leg, I can get back into this game. I'll update you with some scores in the other quarterfinals at the moment. Tex leading 5-2 versus Maciel now. Joey 2-1 up against Battlecat, and still Desari leading by just the 1 goal against TAS.
So Battlecat finding a goal there to keep his game nice and tight there with Ajax Joey, but we'll take a look at some of the replays from that first game, because there was plenty of action, Dan. It really was end-to-end, especially in that first half. But it was the finishing, we have to say, that kind of separated the two players, especially in this first 45.
It was just the places of where Stokes was able to take his chances from, the low-driven shots. He saw his line of sight and he was able to take those opportunities, whereas Harry's chances were little fluffs maybe from Stokes. Could a player have been able to get the ball with that overhead kick there? Definite opportunities for Harry. Didn't quite time that one green as well. I just feel like there is a lot more to offer for him in the second leg.
Yeah, and it was a little mistake there that almost gifted An opportunity to Rebel Stokes to make it 2, but it was this piece of play here. What a tackle that was from Marcelo. That has to be one of the best last-ditch tackles we've seen in the entire tournament so far, to be honest. But again, you can see Mbappe left in plenty of space. And again, the low-driven shot, time green, so difficult to save.
And it's just how Stokes is working his way into those areas with a quick pass and move, a couple of skill moves to beat that man as well. Another positive for Harry, though, is this game could have been 4-5 for Stokes, realistically, if Harry hadn't have made some good tackles. So at least he can be smiling about that fact that he's not too far behind. And 3 goals is still manageable.
Yeah, that Elastico absolutely left Harry for dead, you have to say, as he went into the box there. Got slightly fortunate with the ball rebounding off of the crossbar, but we have to say he created his own luck in that particular situation. But this one for Harry, he did everything right in that situation. You have to feel for him. When you do everything right, you time it green. And even with a player like Prime Moments, R9 on the end of it, still can't find the back of the net.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything he could have done differently to try and encourage that goal. He timed it green, he hit it at the right time. It was just unfortunate, just one of those things. And now he still has to come back from 3 goals. He does have that capability to do so. He just needs to make sure that he's playing the correct game, the game he wants to play, not the game that maybe he's expected to play.
Yeah, I mean, he's sorry from his teammate. Hashtag Ryan, he can make comebacks in FIFA 19. It's just a case of that first goal. We talk about it so much in the second leg because you feel like 4-0 is I mean, it's such an unassailable almost lead, even in FIFA 19. We see it happen sometimes, but not with the way that Rebel Stokes has been playing and the caliber of player that we have left in the tournament at the moment. But if he gets the first goal, there's always that opportunity. However, if it goes to the man on your screen right now, Rebel Stokes, you have to feel he's booked his place in the semi-final.
Yeah, if he goes 4 up, then I don't know what's going to happen to the mentality of Harry and whether he will be able to come back, but he's got Shuri behind him, and Shuri might just be saying, hey, look, Ryan did it, why can't you do it? They're both incredibly good FIFA players, they both have the ability to do so, but it maybe doesn't come down to how well Harry plays. It comes down to how well the man on your screen plays. Stokes, he's been defending well, he's been attacking well. He's just been very fluid in his style of FIFA, and it's very difficult to go up against him, especially when he's also got that idea of, all right, well, I think I know how Harry's going to play, so I'm going to change things up, and I'm going to put Hullet at left back.
I love that. I think it shows, you know, some real preparation from Rebel Stokes here in, you know, who he's coming up against and how he's going to tactically adapt his game. We haven't seen a lot of him on stream so far, so we don't know if that's been a constant in his gameplay and his tactical decision-making, but it's certainly working here. But the first chance of the game, from the start of the game, goes to Harry. But again, the timing not quite there on the finish stand.
But at least that's a little bit of a momentum builder for him as we see the same change again from Stokes. Marcelo off, Modric on.
Sacrificed.
And Hullet going to left back. I mean, I love it. The left back position has been something we've discussed, the players have discussed, the whole community has discussed for quite some time. Who can challenge Ronaldo at those back post headers? And Stokes seems to think that man is Hullet, and he is willing to sacrifice Hullet's presence in the midfield and going forward for those headers.
I mean, the fact that you've got 99 Luka Modric,
it's an okay
team of the year FUT item to bring on in his place is pretty decent. Obviously, you've got 4-star weak foot, 4-star skills as well, and Rebel Stokes is looking to release R9, the man with the 5-star weak foot and the 5-star skills in behind there. Harry defends well, and there is Luka Modric stepping into the tackle. Neymar with the cricketa. Turns back inside, but runs into Vieira, but the ball runs to Ronaldo. And you see, Stokes puts his hand up. He knows he got a little bit fortunate there, but that is the first goal of the game. And now the man on your screen, hashtag Harry, he's down by 4.
And you can just watch and you feel a bit sorry for him, to be honest. It's one of those for Harry, and you could see by his reaction, he's like, well, what can I do? I thought I had defended it well. But all you can do is go again. 4 goals down.
For the visitors, number 8.
It's going to be tough for him. It's going to be really tough.
Yeah, we said about the impact of that first goal, how important it is, and for it to happen in that kind of way really might take the wind out of Harry's sails, but at the same time, if he finds a goal, we know what he's like. We know what he's like as a character. He's a joker. He's always going to stay positive in these kind of situations. And he certainly will get excited and try and get into the head of Rebel Stokes. Mbappe now for Stokes. Another goal here, and this one is all but done and dusted, but Harry wins the ball back, and here comes the hashtag man. Ronaldo, space for him. Van Dijk coming across, but oh my word, Van Dijk does a little bit of a tango there with Cristiano Ronaldo, and the referee just lets it run.
And Harry is just in disbelief at this point. But I'm worried that if he keeps just his head down, this could go from bad to worse. And it has. Everything's going wrong for Harry. It's going against him. And you can see he can't believe it. Even Stokes can't believe it. Everything that could go in favour of Stokes is going in favour of Stokes. I'm taking nothing away from how Stokes is approaching this game of FIFA. He is playing very good FIFA. His first leg was incredible, but the start of this second leg, he's just been very fortunate, and I think even he would appreciate that. But now, Harry just has to say, all right, I'm 5 down. What can I do? I just need to go all-out attack, maybe a 3-5-2, and just play as quick as possible. Constant passes, keep the ball away from Stokes, and try and make this a little bit, I don't know, respectable for himself.
Well, here's Harry trying to find a way back into this game, trying to find a little bit of luck. De Gea makes the save, and you can see his reaction there as it falls straight to the feet of the centre-back. Now, Harry's not giving up on this one. He's coming forward once more and trying to find his way back into this game. But I think we're actually going to leave this current quarterfinal as Stokes is looking pretty comfortable in that one.